the girl killed the baby. You told her to take the baby, and then said, I don't owe you nothing. Excuse me? She's hurting. She's your kid. You are her mother. The purpose of you is comfort. You are the mother. You push her out. You are supposed to be her protector, her confidant. You're supposed to be there for her. You're supposed to love her. Hi guys, welcome to Tasha React. Welcome to Tasha React. I hope everybody's doing well. Everybody's doing good in the hood. Hi, my name is Tasha. I do have another channel called Tachassociety where I do hair, beauty, mostly hair over there. And I do have another channel called Tasha Jean where I do story times. Check me out. Alright, let me put my disclaimer. If the person comes up to me and say, hey girl, you don't have the right to be sharing my video, I will take it down because I don't care. I usually leave the person's information down in the description box, TikTok handle towards the end of the video. Baby, this is a reaction video. If you don't want to hear me talking, okay, you don't want to hear me, okay, baby, because I talk through the video. Sometimes I talk about life. Sometimes I talk about what the video is talking about. Sometimes I just want to vent. Sometimes it's just triggering and I want some therapy. Baby, I will be talking through the video. And if you are not here for that, I always leave the person's information down in the description bar below. Alright? I want to say thank you. We're moving on up to the east side like the Jeffersons. I want to say thank you guys. We are growing, baby. We're almost at 500 subscribers. What is it? Thank you. I want to say thank you to everyone who has subscribed, wrote me, gave me encouraging words. Baby, thank you. I want to say thank you, thank you, thank you. Alright? So, let's get started. If my hair look crazy, baby, I don't know. My hair look crazy, okay? I'm at my sister's house and I said, you know what, let me just do a quick little video. So, you know, let's just do a quick video. And baby, my sister ain't got no gel. My hair ain't hairing. Baby, I don't know what happened. I don't know if I pulled my edges. Baby, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. So we are doing so let's get started. Alright, so we are doing a part 2. If you have not checked out, part 1 is already uploaded. So this is the second part of the video.
Okay, everybody, I'm back. I know it's a new day. I needed to take a mental break from storytelling last night. And I'm going to try to finish this story tonight because I do have other stories to get into. But I'm going to try and finish this story tonight. And just a reminder, all my stories are real life events that happened to me. And I'm telling them from my perspective. So, where did I leave off at? So, after I had the abortion, my mom became like her normal self. She was back being all talkative, lovey-dovey. Hey, you want to go to the store with me? You want to do this? You want to do that? Like, you know, just love bombing me. And my first husband was still, by this time, he had moved some friends into my place.
Can I ask you a question? You don't have a friend? Baby, because if you were my friend, baby, first of all, people ain't going to be living in my house that my name is under. There's no cease and desist. Oh, girl. Did you get the $20? Like, you don't have a person who can be like, you know what? Storytelling girl, yo, we up there. Baby, let that be me. I'm like, come on. We going. Back. What is it? I will go from Chicago to wherever you are. Because, baby, you ain't going to be having a whole apartment. And my baby daddy is just, I mean, your husband has friends over there and got you stranded. You had a whole abortion and then left you for dead. Have women in and out your house. Oh, you don't have a friend? A sister? Somebody?
Our place, whatever you want to call it. Either way, he had moved them in. Because every time he would call me, there's like a whole bunch of dudes in the background. I'm like, who is that? Oh, this is this Snoop, this Tim, this whoever. So I'm like, what are you doing? Like partying every day? And this man still would not send me my money back. He was adamant, like, no, I'm not putting you off on your mama, but I think we need a break. And it was like a forced break.
What fuzz? How do you have a break with your apartment, ma'am? It's not like, okay, when my ex was with me, he couldn't kick me out because the house was under his name. So I couldn't come back, okay? He could play that like, yo, this is my house, call 911, police, even though I'm a thief, I steal her money, but the house is under my name. So she can't come back with her kids and my kid. No. Okay? But this is your place. This is your place. Swipe, swipe, swipe. Somebody's getting robbed. Like $20, and you're living in my house talking about you want to break in my crib? Shorty, you don't have a friend that could be like, nah, yo, we going up there. What's up with your siblings, yo? You from Chicago? Yo, just because you're from Chicago, people are like, oh shoot, they're crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like, what's going on, sis? Like I said, we need a break. But your name is under the lease, the electricity, and everything. What is it? Hey. Oh, God give him the right one, because, baby, he would just be sleeping and see me come through the window like, surprise, surprise, baby. What is it? Oh. Maybe that's why they call me, oh, Tasha's crazy. Yeah. Because you ain't going to leave me stranded. I have a whole abortion. My mama's mistreating me in a whole house. Baby, they leave me stranded. I'm going against my will. And all y'all sitting here just like... He has a whole apartment. Where's your... I can say sometimes... Family is a downfall because where's your family? You don't have a mother, well, your mama's weird. So you don't have a friend, somebody who could be like, yo, nah, we going up there.
My mom still would not give me the money. Nobody would give me the money. And it got to a point where I was like, what are you going to do? Keep me here? She was like, you don't need to go back in that situation. That's too much drama. That's too much stress. You don't need to be with him, blah, blah. Fine, Danny. I didn't want to be with him anyway. That's another story. But I wanted to leave my mom's house because, like I said before, my mom was so controlling and so strict with me all the way up until adulthood that I feel like we just vibe better when I'm not under her roof. When I have the freedom to go and do as I please, because as I please, not as she please me to do. But yeah, so this went on for about another good month or so, where I just kept asking, like, can you just help me get home? Like, bus ticket, drive me there, whatever. I don't want to be here. I want to go home. It got to the point where, I was just locking myself in my old room most of the day in bed. I didn't want to come out. I didn't want to do nothing because I got into a state of like severe depression. At the time, I didn't know I was severely depressed, but I was just like severely depressed. I was crying all the time. I was angry all the time. I was resentful of people all the time. And I started feeling bad because that's not who I am as a person. Like, I'm not a jealous, envious, like...
Well, of course you have all the reasons to be angry, baby. First off, your mama made you get rid of the baby. Even though, I'm not going to sit here and say I'm not pro-life, but the father is not a good example. And, sometimes... the baby, is innocent. So I'm very, whatever you're into. But, baby, having a baby with deadbeats, it's kind of tough. I ain't gonna lie. So, I know having a baby and, and your mom already ain't vibing with you. So, and your baby daddy is just a garbage. So, of course, you have all the reasons to be resentful. Your mother forced you to get rid of your baby. You were stuck in a house. Now, low key, they're probably gonna make you the babysitter of other people's kids because now you're at their house. Now you're gonna have to abide by their rules. You're not working because you have a job at your other place, so you're probably fired now. And then your baby daddy is having parties and in and out people's house. You know, like it's bar 54, and you just waiting for $20. Why wouldn't you be depressed? Of course. You're home with thoughts. Well, not home. You're in your mama's house with thoughts. And the man who don't give a damn.
Cold-hearted, mean person. So to walk in a store and see a woman holding her belly, happy with her spouse or whatever, shopping, walking through baby aisles and getting triggered to being mad and having these intrusive thoughts of people that I don't even know, like that was crazy. And so it got to a point where me and my mom got into an argument about her holding me hostage and not letting me leave. Like it was as simple as giving me the money. Now by this time I lost my job. They repossessed my car because I wasn't paying it, right? It wasn't working. I was held hostage for a couple months. And the house was still.
Ma'am. Okay. Okay. So yo. Okay, so you couldn't find, like, baby, if you got $1 each day, you know you could have made $20, maybe a little bit more. There has to be somebody you could get change from. No. You can find a quarter on the floor. I don't know. I don't know how to feel about this story. You're 20 years old. You got, I don't know. Because baby at 20, I'm, 19, 16, 15, 14, 13. Okay. I'm like, oh, I'm so sorry. You're 20 years old. Got your own place. Everything's under your name. Have your own car. You have a job. And your mom is keeping you hostage at 20? Y'all don't have overdraft fees? No? None of that? I'm just saying.
The house was still there because he had moved in his little roommates and they was paying the bills, so they had the apartment and they was just living it up. So then it got to a point where my oldest sister came over and she wanted to have a talk with me and my mom. And so my mom and me are sitting across the table from each other, and my mom is like, I don't understand why she keeps trying to leave. You're so ungrateful. I'm just trying to help you out, blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, I don't want to live with you because I can't. You nag all day, every day. You wake up as a crack of dawn, yelling, screaming, fussing about any and everything. You control my life. I can't do nothing. Any money I have, you take all my money. That's been going on since I was a teenager from my first job. My mama took all my money. That's another story for another time too. But she got to the point where, and I wasn't like yelling at her or nothing. I was speaking sternly, like, no, I don't want to live with you because of this, this, and this. And she started crying. I remember looking at her like, are you for real? You're the one crying after what you just did to me, and you're the one crying because I'm telling you I don't want to live with you? What the? So then my sister's like, okay, well, what do you need us to do? And I sat back and I'm like,
sister, it's how many months you lived there, storytelling girl? How many months it been? She ain't got no job. Yo, I'm trying not to laugh at your page, shorty, because I'm not getting it. She ain't got no job. They take the car. You took the baby. The baby daddy is living in the house. She been asking for $20. She been asking for $20 forever. And her mom doesn't want her to leave. Because she needs $20 and her mom won't give her $20. Now you're asking her what you want her to do. You done took everything from her. Now you say what? Now she gonna be going to the house. She ain't got no job. Her baby dad, her boyfriend's living in her house with his people and his side hoes. And now you asking her what you want? Yo. Yo. Yo.
$20 for a bus ticket would help. Right? That's what I've been asking for. So fast forward, she gave me a bus ticket and a couple of dollars to have in my pocket. They put me on.
Yo, I'm really dead. So this girl, she lost everything, and now you give her the money? Yo, she ain't got no job. I'm sorry, I'm not trying to laugh at your pain. She ain't got no job. You took her baby. Her car got repo. And then y'all like, here's $20. And some change. Yo, y'all ain't shit. Yo. Y'all ain't shit. Cause y'all know what y'all doing. Cause you know she's gonna need you now because she lost everything. I don't know. But sometimes it's just some parents just, it's a fear with certain kids. And maybe she's just really attached to you. You're probably the obedient kid, the good kid. You're probably her happiness in a way. You know, some parents, they're scared to lose kids, and and maybe you're her last. I don't know if you're last, or maybe you're the baby, and she probably feels like she's losing everything. I don't know. Well, she probably just has very high expectations for you. We can see her as like a bad person, but she probably has so much high hope for you. On
the bus back to Indianapolis. Now, by this time, I'm pissed, right? Because this could have been done a long time ago, and you could have got your money back. I would have still had a job. I would have still had a car. And I still would have had my kid. So I was hot about it. I'm like, really? It took y'all 2.5 months to send me home so I could square up with this nigga.
But in a way, it's not their responsibility. Let me explain something to you. And I need a lot of people to get this. You got up, you left, right? Your mom left, you bounced, right? You're coming to your mom's house from Chicago to Indianapolis. What? You said Indianapolis? What she said? Something like that she said? I don't know. I don't remember. You came all the way from there. That is your responsibility to have extra money and more. You are no longer your mom's responsibility. If you ask your mom, hey, I'm going through something, would you be able to borrow me the money? She says yes. Okay, that's different. But that's not your mom's responsibility. You live with your boyfriend. That's your boyfriend's responsibility. That's just like when me and my ex lived together, I never went to my family and asked for money because me and my ex were together. First of all, that makes my ex look bad and it makes me look bad. So regardless, even if we have to struggle it through, we have to struggle it through. But if I live with my ex, I up and left, I'm leaving, baby, that's my responsibility to make sure me and my kids are good. That's my responsibility to know like, hey, ex-baby daddy, I'm going to New York. I got to make sure I got money, spending money to come back. Most likely I'm always with the kids, so money for the kids. I got to make sure that. That's not your mom's responsibility or family to give you $20. First of all, shorty, you didn't really want it. Because, baby, you could have got $1 a day. Baby, I don't care what you say to me. Somebody has $1, $1, $2, $3, $4. You have a job. You could have told your mom, I have to work. I have a job. But that's not your family's responsibility to do anything for you. Number one, you're a grown-up. $20, you gave your baby daddy your last. Why would you give your baby daddy your last knowing that you're going back there and that's the last money you have and you still have money to travel back? You got to take accountability. That's not your mom's responsibility. That's your responsibility, shorty.
With this nigga and settle things, make things straight. Really, 2.5 months. That's what it took. But, so when I get off the Greyhound, I didn't have enough money to catch a taxi. So there was, you know, at the time there was like taxis lined up for when you get off the bus to help you go where you need to go. And so I went up to a taxi driver. I asked him, I said, how much is it to go here? And he was like, oh, it's going to be this much. And I'm like, counting my money out. I'm like, I don't have that much. So I'm like, do you know where the nearest bus station is?
So your boyfriend couldn't even pick you up? Why he at the house, ma'am? Where do I find these men? Yo, my baby daddies are garbage and trash. I ain't gonna lie, but never. Me? Oh, baby, they know better. Both of them. My car break down. My car is broken. They're coming. They'll talk trash, but they're gonna do it. I am giving you my goodies. Baby, you better do what? Excuse me. My milkshake brings all the boys to the yard. Like, hello. You are giving him your milkshake. And he's not coming to... You calling him and he's not coming? Baby, he should have been waiting for you for that. Where y'all find these men? Where y'all find these men, yo?
And he, like, so I could catch the bus. And he's like, you know what? Don't worry about it. I'm going to give you a ride. Free of charge. It's on me. That's favor. And so... pull up to the house. I walk in my house. I walked in because the front door was locked, but the patio door was open, like cracked open. And I walk in, and there's like 4 different niggas laying in my house on the couch. Somebody had made a pallet on the floor. I'm looking at all my pictures, all my decor. Everything has been taken off the walls. All the pictures have been moved. All my decor is moved. It looks like it ain't my house. If you walked in, you would not have known a woman lived there. It looked like a bachelor pad. So what had happened was, my first husband, he's a raggedy bum self, he went and hid everything in the outside storage and pretended like I didn't live there and like it was his place. And he moved in all his brand new friends from the community, because mind you, we had just moved in there not that long ago before all this happened. Because, like I said, I moved out on my 20th birthday. So it was only like 5 months from when I left my mom's house or whatever, when all this stuff transpired in February. So I'm like, what is going on? But he did have some women drawers in the bed. So I know he was getting some butt. But I'm like, so I walk in and I'm like going off. I'm like, who is you? Who is you? Get out my house. Get off my couch. Get out. And my husband wasn't there. He was at work. And they're like, who was you? And I'm like, who was you? The lease is in my name. This is my place. I don't know who you are, but y'all need to get up out my house. You need to get up out my house now. So I ended up putting the dudes out. One was like a 16 going on 17-year-old. Left his mama house. He was dealing drugs out of my house within the community. The other guy had just turned 18. Also left his mama house. And the third guy, he really wasn't staying there. He was just like a lone visitor. Like he would spend a couple nights and then going back home, and then spending a couple nights and going back home. So I told them they all had to go. You gotta go back to your mama house. This is my house. And I went in the storage and put all my stuff back in my house. And I put his stuff in the storage. Because, what you thought? Then, fast forward to, he comes home. We get into this huge argument.
I will call the police and tell them to go. Baby, you're better than me. Come to my house. Baby, locks will be changed. Well, you probably can't because we're not going to talk about the money situation. but you probably can't. But maybe he would be highly upset with me. You let me struggle and suffer. You think you coming back in this house and we arguing 911? What's your emergency? I have a drug dealing boyfriend in my house. Oh, you a snitch? Oh, I is. You think you gonna let me suffer and struggle? I got a whole abortion. You didn't even care? Yeah, my boyfriend is a drug dealer and he's in my house and I don't want to be with him no more and I have the lease under my house and I don't want to listen no longer. There's no ride or die here because you wasn't riding for me, sir. You left me for dead. My man. Even if you felt that you didn't want me to have a baby, you were supposed to ride for me. And then you were like, alright, babe, I don't really want this baby.
Argument or whatever. I'm going off about the whole situation, about him taking the money, lying to me, basically being an accomplice to my mother and family holding me hostage at my mom's house. Fast forward to some weeks start going by, and I was suffering from post-abortion stress syndrome. I did not know it at the time. Actually, I didn't find out that that's what it was till about 3 years later when I finally got myself some professional help. I would have these very vivid, very violent dreams of, let's just call it what it is. In my dreams, I was unaliving my family members and my husband, and because of what their dad did to me. And sometimes in the dreams, I might not unalive them, but
Oh, damn. I don't think I've ever been that angry. And my baby daddy took my money, kicked me out, and left me homeless. And I don't think... Damn. Baby. You know... You know, there's a Bible, and it just died on the cross for us. And, honey... Wow. That went left. I don't think I ever had a dream of unaliving somebody. I will talk about, I hate him, I hate her, I hate this, but I never had a dream of unaliving. And baby, I've been through some things. Your little story is nothing compared to what I've been through. But for you to have a dream to unalive, that is scary. Baby, you better pray. Because I never. Dang.
But I definitely was fighting them. And it got to the point where I was fighting in my sleep. Like, my husband would wake up because I'm like fists punching the walls. Like, I was asleep in a bed facing the wall. And I was punching the wall. I would wake up with bloody knuckles. Sometimes I would be attacking him in my sleep. It got crazy. I couldn't control like these crying outbursts. Like, I'll be in a shower and just break down, falling on the floor, laying in the shower, just bawling, crying because of the trauma that I had went through. Nobody apologized. Nobody. Not even years later. Years later, I tried to confront a couple of family members about it, and either they told me they didn't remember it happening. Actually, let me take that back. Two of my sisters did apologize. They apologized for not being there for me like they should have been, because they too, like I said before, they felt like they was just disassociated. But other people, they either didn't remember. If they don't remember, then, what can I say? You don't remember. And then my mom, anytime I tried to bring it up to her, which was twice, years and years had passed. Like, the first time I tried to bring it up to her, she got really defensive, went off on me, hung up the phone. And then the second time I tried to bring it up to her, which was just about 6 or 7 years ago, she again was very defensive, told me she didn't owe me an apology. She took it up with God, and that's the only forgiveness she needed. But yeah, I was
Okay. You know, sometimes I said that about parents, baby. That's not the only forgiveness you need, honey. Let me explain something to you. If you hurt somebody, you gotta just be honest. And I think a lot of parents have this image like, I don't owe you nothing. Yes, you do. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is your kid. And you feel as if like when you die, you don't just you know the Bible better than me. God's going to show you your book. Here you go. You force your daughter to end her baby. And she come to you and you even like I tell people that I don't think ending a baby's life is wrong for me. Because as you see a lot of parents, they can't take care of the babies. That you have a girl who had her baby sleeping on a pizza box while she went to the parties. There's one girl who left 2 or 3 of her kids in the house for 4 years and bought them Uber Eats, DoorDash here and there. So sometimes, yeah, it's wrong. But sometimes some kids deserve better. Sometimes you're doing a child a disservice. People are going to people who's adopting kids and mistreating these kids. No, I wouldn't wish on no kid. If you know me, I take kids personal. I take them personal. Baby, I will fight you for someone else's kid. Baby, I will fight you like I don't know you. Baby, that's my kid. I don't give a damn. You mistreating that kid, baby, we're going outside. What is it? So you know who I am. But you cannot come up to a person and tell the kid that, oh no. No. She wanted her baby. If you made that decision for you, okay. But now you made the girl kill the baby. You told her to take the baby and then said, I don't owe you nothing. Excuse me? She's hurting. She's your kid. You are her mother. The purpose of you is comfort. You are the mother. You push her out. You are supposed to be her protector, her confidant. You're supposed to be there for her. You're supposed to love her. Talking about I thank God. What you think your purpose is in life? When you are a mother, you are here to serve. You are here to take the place of the love of God. The way you love God, you're supposed to love your kids the same way that God will love you. You don't owe her nothing, baby. You owe her that girl the world. The world.
I was so traumatized that I was breaking down crying. I was fist fighting walls, fist fighting people in my sleep. And it got to the point where I was like, I feel like the only rational thing I could think of is I want my baby back. And I don't want to be with you, but I want my baby back. Just give my baby back and I'm a dip. And so it ended up where I did get pregnant like within a couple months after that. Because all that stuff happened. That was April, May. By end of July, I was pregnant. And I didn't find out till about my mom's birthday. Which is funny because that's been the case with almost all my kids, including the ones I've lost.
Isn't that funny how God works? You did all that money. She didn't get it she got a free abortion, right? You did all that, and then she ended up having a baby again. And she didn't even wait. I'm telling you, people are savage. I'm a savage. Classy? Alright, don't worry about it.
But I didn't want to tell nobody. I was so scared. Like in my mind, I was just thinking like, if I tell somebody, gonna take this baby away from me. Or my mom being a super Christian, I kept thinking like she's gonna pray to God to kill my baby and I'm a miscarry. I didn't tell nobody. The only person who knew, obviously, was my husband. And we end up having to move to Fort Wayne, Indiana, because he had a whole son. I didn't know about it. So we got a letter.
Cut. You know when they have the cut thing? Cut! Yo! What is going on? How long you been with him? And he your husband? Well, y'all married yet? Ma'am, I need you to disclose this. You didn't know he had a son? You know?
In the mail that his son, who was about 4 or 5 at the time, about 4 years old, had got put in the system. And we had to move to Fort Wayne so we could try to get custody of him. I didn't even know he had a son. We had been dating for over 1.5 years. Nobody in his family said nothing about it. He didn't either. As a matter of fact, I was so terrified of losing my baby to my family or my mom again. I didn't even seek prenatal care until I was about 5 months pregnant. And the only reason why I went is because I kept being itchy down there. And it's like my first official pregnancy, I guess you call it, because I didn't get that far with the other one. But so I went to the doctor, and they told me that I had chlamydia. And
Yo! What is going on? Yo, this story is getting wilder. Alright, so I ain't here to judge. Who am I? I got 2 baby daddies. Alright, so you have a baby, right? You're scared to lose the baby, but you don't think going to the doctor, like, you don't know about HIPAA? They can't sell your business, your money. Aren't you scared that not going to the doctor is gonna make you lose the baby? No? Oh. Because, alright.
And I was like dumbfounded because I'm like, what? No. I literally told the doctor, I said, no, that can't be. You got the wrong chart. I need you to go back out there, check the name, and come back with the right information, because that's not me. Nope, can't be. It can't be. Because he got tested before we tried again, and he was clean. And he the only one I've been having sex with. So, what you talking about? So the doctor looks at me.
He got tested. Did you get tested too? Cause maybe he been had it, right? You bang bang chicken bang bang. You went to go get, whatever, and you been had it. So he probably fixed what he had to fix. Cause maybe another girl told him like, baby, you got the clap. So maybe you gave it to him. Like maybe it wasn't you. Maybe it's like he gave it to you, but then you had it, and then he got himself fixed, and then you gave it to him. No? And after all that, you went through all that, and I don't know. Who am I? Because honestly, I did a lot of dumb things. But if a man let me stranded in the street let my mom take my baby, I wouldn't even have sexual feelings for you no more.
To me, he's like, no, it's the right chart, and you got chlamydia, and you need to fill out this paper and list all the people you've had sexual contact with. I said, All the people I had, what do you mean? He is the only one I've been sleeping with. And he just sitting in the corner like this. Like, not even, he don't want to make eye contact, nothing. So doctor's like, now you can tell the doctor is like clearly awkward and is put in this little predicament. He's like, you know what, I'm just gonna leave out the room. I'm gonna let y'all talk about it. So I look at him and I said, who you been sleeping with? He's like,
what you mean who he been sleeping with? What? How we surprised? You heard the girls on the phone. You came home with the panties on the bed. What you mean who he been sleeping with? We know he's been cheating. Did we forget about that? We came to the house. We came to the house. Luke, you seen the underwear. His boy was there. He's whispering on the phone like, hey, baby. Yeah, how you doing? Left you stranded at your mama's house. Said, I want a break. Why are we surprised? I don't know.
I ain't been sleeping with nobody. Who you been sleeping with? I said, I know you lying to me. I was about to jump off that table and I was about to beat him. I was about to put the brakes on, okay? And so he tells me, he's like, I don't got nothing. Maybe you got it from the toilet, from sitting on the public toilet. I said, nigga, do you not know how STD work? It's a sexually transmitted disease. How I get off the toilet? How? Come to find out, he was laying pipe to his coworkers.
Yo. I can't. I'm trying to sympathize. What's going on? Yo.
And I think it was a chick in the neighborhood too. That's what happened. Before we moved to go get his son, that's what happened. He was cheating on the low. That's my fault. Kinda. Because I took him back. I mean, I ain't take him back. But, you know.
He live in your house with your thing. You can get him out. If you don't want to be with somebody, you cannot be with somebody. You don't want to be with the person you eat. All you gotta do is say, I don't want to be with you no more.
Price I had to pay to get my kid back, right? Okay. Hopefully this is the last part of the story time before I dive in and answer some questions that have been popping up in the comments. I haven't read all of them, but I've seen a few of them. So, backtrack. Yes, I was still communicating with my mother. Don't ask me why. She's my mom, I guess. That was the mindset I had at that time. And so, while all of this was going on, her cousin granddaughter was pregnant, or had got pregnant, and she was a few years younger than me. Mind you, I was 20, so she was about 17, 18 years old. And the grandmother, now remember, this is the cousin that had told my mom not to abort me, right? Also in the church, also Christian, whatever. And so she had told my mom that she wanted her granddaughter to get an abortion and blah, 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 blah. And so my mom is like calling me, having regular conversations, yada, yada. And she brings up how her cousin and the cousin's daughter wanted the granddaughter to have an abortion because she was too young to have a baby, whatever. And my mom was advocating for her not to get an abortion. Now, mind you, this is like a few months after my ordeal. It was like she was like a completely different person. It was like she flipped and went back to who she was.
I think it's because the person, I don't know. Maybe, I feel like it's maybe because of the lifestyle she seen you was in. She probably seen the struggling, the type of dude, dang fan, and she probably didn't want you to go through what she been through. Like, I don't know.
She was this whatever when I was pregnant. And so she was doing stuff. Now, mind you, wait, let me tell you something. This is hearsay. Everything I'm saying right now in this little segment is hearsay, because this is what my mom told me. It's not what I heard myself. But she was taking her out. She was bringing her over to the house, spending quality time with her, sending her encouraging letters and cards, buying her jewelry and other things, pearls. Like, and she's calling me and bragging about all of this. I'm just sitting there listening to it. And I really didn't have a reaction. I mean, I was pissed. I didn't tell her that. I don't know. Um, so, fast forward to now we're in a whole nother city because we're trying to get custody of his son or whatever. Um, got a new place, got a new car, dealt with some drama in the midst of that. I don't even feel like going into all that right now. But long story short, I went my whole pregnancy with nobody knowing that I was pregnant. Like, nobody in my family knew I was pregnant. Except maybe one or two people that I.
Why do you keep telling one or two people? Isn't this how you got here? You should just not say nothing and bring the baby. Because one or two people is going to tell one or two people, and then it's going to tell one or two people. Your mom's going to find out regardless. Baby, I wouldn't tell nobody. Because the one or two people is the reason why you got here in the first place.
So, got down to like the 8th month, and my mom called again on one of her regular schmegler conversations, and we were talking about something. I don't really remember what we were talking about. I just know that it was some Oprah show that she had saw, and she was making commentary about that. And I guess I must have said something. I don't remember what I said, so don't ask me. But I said something that triggered her, and I remember she paused in a conversation, and then she asked me like, "Are you pregnant?" And in that moment, like, so many things was going through my mind. Like, I mean, I anything you could think of that I probably thought of in that split second, I did. And I was just like, you know what? Whatever. Forget it. It's, what can she do? I'm this far along. I'm further away than I was before. What can she do? And so I told her yes. And she was mad. She was mad that I was pregnant again. And she stopped talking to me for like 2-3 weeks. She didn't start talking to me again till I was probably about a week or less from delivering when she started talking to me again. But when she came back like full force, like ready to be a grandma, like happy and excited and all these things. And so
She probably just had really high expectations for you. It seemed like y'all really close. You're probably the most obedient kid. It could be just expectations. She probably just had high hopes for you. She probably just didn't want to lose her best friend. You know, it could be different things. And I tell you, I'm taking two sides. Because in the other video, the other one, I was like, she's a trash, she's a garbage. But then when I see what type of man you're having the baby with, then I said, okay, I kind of see where she's coming from. And he didn't even fight for you. Like, nah. He's like, all right, yeah. Yeah, I think your family's right. Yeah, just get rid of that baby. You know? Like, I don't know.
she's like talking about, how I'm feeling, and, what's my birth plan, and what am I naming her, encouraging me to name her after, one of my siblings, and all kind of stuff or whatever. So she ended up wanting to come down to visit, and she came down the day I delivered. So I had let her know I had went into labor, and she came down the day I delivered my daughter. And she stayed for a few days, and then she came back again, stayed for another weekend, trying to help out. And by this time, we had got his son, so he was living with us too. And I mean, she just full blown played into the grandma role with my stepson and my daughter and act like she didn't force me to get an abortion like 10 months earlier, 10, 11 months before. So actually a whole year before, because I had my daughter in March the following year. So, and my abortion was March 16th of 2007, and I had my daughter March the following year at the end of the month. So yeah, even after having my daughter though, that didn't start like a healing process for me the way I thought it would. Um, as a matter of fact, it actually opened up even more like insecurities and anxieties. And for 3 or 4 years, talking about that situation, I could not talk about it without breaking down, bawling, crying in tears. And that's the main reason why I am so pro-choice. Even though I'm pro-life for myself, I believe that nobody, not your family, not the government, not your spouse, nobody has the right to control your body, your choices, your future. You deserve autonomy. You deserve peace. And you deserve to live life on your terms, you know. I was silenced for a long time about a lot of things that I've dealt with in regards to my mother and my immediate family. But I'm not staying silent. My story is mine, and I will tell it so that nobody else has to feel alone. Because I know there are other people out there who have experienced similar situations or even worse. Like, and I just want to say that even in your darkest moments, you're still worthy of love, peace, and healing. And I pray that for you.
Well, okay, girl. First off, I want to say I'm sorry for everything. Having a abortion, miscarriage, especially if you're mentally ready for the baby, that messes with you. I had 3 miscarriages in my life. 1 abortion, not by choice. It's kind of the same situation, but I was kind of like, you know, my mom is, you know, in charge of me. I just want to say I'm so sorry for your loss. And forgiveness is huge. Because sometimes as a parent, and you're going to learn, you have kids, you feel as if you think you're doing what's right for your kid, and then towards the end, it hurts, you know? So I always, just because, like, I laugh, I make jokes about certain things, I'm not laughing at you. Well, some parts I had to laugh, because I'm like, what? But there's certain things, you know, it's certain things you have to deal with. You have to deal with forgiveness, because there's going to be a point your child's going to come to you and tell you, I don't know your mother. I just wish healing. You know, at least she did the right thing towards the end. And I pray for nothing but the best for you, baby. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed this story time. Like, comment, and subscribe, sis. And I'll see you guys later. Bye.
Chop my money, funny yo. Pounds and euro, that is all.